We started Euroschools about 10 years ago with two central beliefs. One was to put children at the center of everything we do. The other central idea that we had was to provide a balanced learning environment for our students.
All of our Euroschools are built from a child-first perspective, but a lot of local conditions and topography goes into the designing of the school. This location would be our fourth Euroschool in Bangalore city. And at Euroschool at Bannerghatta Road, clearly the highlight and the feature is that this entire school infrastructure design has been inspired by the world's best designer, which is Mother Nature.
The south of Bangalore is a very green area. It automatically lends itself to building out a sustainable and a green school.
Bangalore has been in the news for many wrong reasons also, for the environmental degradation, the lost lakes, the pollution and everything. So that was always there at the back of our minds that, how do you sort of create something which is a model for development for a place like Bangalore where so much of environmental degradation has already happened.
The school buildings should fit into their natural environment. And when we first saw this land, clearly nature had endowed it with a lot of beauty. There was a central orchard with over 250 trees.
We entered into that property and there it was. It just brought back memories of my childhood. It had a small stream of water running in it. And right in the center, there was also the jackfruit tree. And I remember Saurav and I talking about how we could think about designing the school around the jackfruit tree and the many other trees, and to be able to source materials from the nearby areas so as to make it really a sustainable project in itself.
We have often started thinking of our environment as something which we are detached from. So we have these AC rooms, we sort of, always thinking about controlling our environment. There is research which proves that linking children and getting them outdoors makes them better learners, makes them more observant. Many of our labs we have deliberately kept on the lowermost level, which is connected to the ground. Lab time is a time where you're experimenting. You could be venturing outside and looking at these patterns of nature. It's not an abstract concept that you read about in books. In the interiors of the building, you have Fibonacci series, which you see in many flower and leaf patterns. And then you have, the golden ratio, which is a mathematical proportion, which you see in many natural objects. Even at the topmost floor level, there is, a large open space which is there, a landscape area where children can sort of, go out, collaborate, do teamwork.
Clearly, we wanted to build spaces which would enable students to discover themselves, to discover their potential, to discover their passion. That meant that we needed to have extensive sports facilities, areas for demonstration of performing arts, auditoriums, amphitheaters, world-class laboratories like robotics. We create an environment which allows students the freedom and the access to the outdoors. We've tried to design full-height windows, in some cases French windows leading straight out into the outdoors, where perhaps students can sit within the classroom for part of their class, and then part of the class they go outside and engage with each other in an open setting.
So what we've also done is that instead of getting all the rainwater to flow in all these underground pipes, we're getting all the rainwater and feeding all the rainwater in this natural stream that we have created. We are not doing any sort of ornamental plantation. We have a lot of fruit trees on campus. So these are all things which sort of teach children about the change of seasons. How does that impact the plant life and animal life? They appreciate it more and they have more empathy for it. And that is how you start this process of, defending your environment.
Every child learns differently. Some students are auditory learners, some are visual learners, some learn by doing. So each concept is taught in multiple ways, which allows the student to learn in a deeper fashion. It also allows students to come back to school, therefore, and engage in deeper discussions with classmates and with teachers. We have also introduced a concept of extended hours.
A day boarding as a concept. And we said that if children love coming to this school here, after they finish with the schoolwork, can they also do the co-curricular, the extracurricular activities, the clubs that they really want?
So these are the opportunities that have been created through design to look at a different kind of a learning process rather than, a very classroom-oriented learning process.
Now, to be able to do that, I guess in a urban setting is a true privilege and a blessing as well. It's had its own share of challenges when you start imagining and designing something like this, but I guess our extremely talented team of architects, contractors, project liaison, all of them have made this possible. And we genuinely want our young children to be able to experience and enjoy the facilities that we've so built for them.